So, let's say I'm recovering from surgery, so I had some downtime. And I don't watch a lot of TV, but because I'm at home on short-term disability due to shoulder surgery, I've been watching TV like I had no intentions on watching playoff basketball, but I'm a fan of Giannis or whatever, and he gave me a little incentive to start watching basketball again. But anyways, I ran across this video, and it was Draymond Green talking about Stephen A. Smith and how, Stephen A. Smith comparing him to basketball players and athletes who play the sport being commentators and how they don't have the know-it-all and this and that. Let's just be honest. We all know debate shows, whether Shannon and Skip, ESPN, First Take. A lot of times those people agree with each other, but for it to be a debate show, somebody has to pick a side. And it's funny, and I don't know a lot of people who pay attention to this, but I'm in a predicament right now, a journey I've been on the last 11 years. And when you start growing spiritually and being self-aware and understanding that how life goes, you pick up on a lot of things and shit slows down for you. Like on a lot of these debate shows, if you pay attention, like even on ESPN, when it comes to racial opponents, nowadays they let the white guy take the side of the minority group and then let the African American put out there, because of course if you have a white guy, a Caucasian guy, whatever you want to call it, women who are doing this, and if they took the side of the Caucasian people, there would be a whole bunch of backlash. So that's how debate shows are set up or whatever. Same thing to me, I would tell you, as a Democrat and Republican Party. They have to have a good side and a bad side for this to work so you can join a team. But anyways, it's on my basketball list. I don't care how much commentary years you have as a investigative reporter journalism, you don't have more insight to sports than the people who play those sports. Especially on that level. You can sit back and say that you cover basketball for 25 years. It doesn't add up to somebody who played in the league. They don't even have to be like an elite player, but played in the league and got to see shit firsthand. You can't trump that. So a lot of this talk, especially when it comes to LeBron James being the GOAT because of all these numbers. So, okay, you throw up a bunch of numbers. If a person is a trillionaire and you got somebody who's making $100,000 a year, that because that person is a trillionaire doesn't mean that he has more going on in his life that's more important than a person who's not a trillionaire. Trillionaires are probably not even happy, haven't even had the time to grow and evolve. And say, now I can't tell you anything about being a trillionaire because I'm not a trillionaire. And you can't tell me anything about being a middle-class citizens or poor citizens because you haven't experienced that. So again, when we talk about sports, it's funny how I watched the playoffs and how Boston beat Miami and the Bucks. The Bucks blew a home game 6, and ended up going back to Miami. I don't understand how coaches are allowing players to come down and pull up threes, and that's the whole game. And like with the Bucks, you have Giannis and you have Lopez. That game 7, the Bucks were about 8 points. And you know what they were doing? They were getting the ball to Lopez in the post. And there was nothing that Boston can do about it. When it was coming to the hole, they were blocking it. He was blocking their shots. But then you go away from that, and everything is pick and roll, and everybody's shooting threes. And you got players shooting threes. Every player that shoot a three, instead of following the shot up, they stand there with their arm out and hanging like it's going in. They be shooting air balls. And as a coach, you wouldn't allow that to happen? I don't understand these. There's no one in the world that should be winning defensive player of the game when every night teams are scoring over 100 points. Ain't nobody playing defense. It's insane to watch basketball and how they try to tell you this and this and that. Listen, I've grown up playing sports. I got shot when I was 19, but I played football, baseball, and basketball. And I have had the pleasure to watch Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James' full career. When I tell you that LeBron James don't add up to what Kobe and Mike did, he don't. And all this, he went to 8, 9 finals in a row coming out the East, so best player. Whoever did, that's fine. But you can't say he was the best player in the league or whatever, because every year he went, yeah, they came out the East because the East was weak. But if he was so dominant, they would have won all those championships. Them just facts. Regardless of who Michael Jordan had on the team, they proved that they was the best team. He was the best player because every year when they went to the finals, coming out the East, the people in the West couldn't fuck with him either. LeBron James, with his greatness, I don't care how many injuries they had, there's no way in the world that Michael Jordan would not have made it to a play-in game. 10th place. People keep on saying that Steph Curry is a great shooter, the greatest shooter. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Stop just saying he's a great shooter. Steph Curry did what Michael Jordan did, what Larry Bird did, and Magic Johnson. He changed the game by shooting threes and literally shooting threes and turning away while the ball is still in the air. Golden State, and now you have every team in the NBA shooting threes. Giannis is too big and too strong to have to bring the ball up all the time. And then he's running to the hole, and you got teams collapsing on him, and he's trying to kick the ball out. It's a waste of energy. You have Giannis and Lopez. What's wrong with taking that same energy that you would use dribbling the ball to run down in the post, get position, get the ball, and what they gonna do? They either gonna foul you or you going to the free throw line of people wide open. Now you got Lopez and you down there on the block. Yes, you can win games without scoring 100 points. What they gonna do with both of y'all in the post? Nothing. In Boston they showed that, but then, just like the other day, last night, Jimmy Butler comes down. Instead of going to the rack, he pulls up and shoots a three. You know, if they would have did that back when Kobe was playing, or Mike, you would get cussed out. The same thing with Drew Holiday when the Bucks were down, and I think they were down 7, and this dude runs down here on a 3-on-1 fast break, and he shoots a three. What they do that at? Like, I went on Instagram, I'm like, that's why I say the Bucks need a new coach, because I'm his coach. I'm calling the timeout and I'm pulling Drew Holiday to the side. Like, what are you doing? Like, the coaches don't even yell at their players anymore. What the hell are you doing? We down by 7. We on a run. It's a 3, and you pull up and shoot a 3, and then you missed. Oh, we not doing that, buddy. I'm taking you out the game. Yeah, I'm gonna put you back in. And if we leave to see tomorrow, guess what you doing next day in practice? You running. Matter of fact, the whole team running because you fucked it up for everybody. Golden State literally, when they got everybody playing the way they played it, guess what? Well, now you pay attention to the game, what are they doing? Well, they not hitting, they going to the rack. They giving the ball to Looney. Looney down there getting buckets and grabbing rebounds. Golden State got y'all playing like they play, but then they turned around because they don't just sit around and continue to shoot threes. Like you dumb motherfuckers. It's insanity. So Stephen A., you can't, if majority of the players in the league say that Kobe Bryant was better than LeBron James, you can't do nothing but respect it. I don't care how much basketball you've watched. You have not played the game. When they tell you that Kobe Bryant was harder to guard than LeBron James, that should tell you something. Who cares? Kobe didn't pass the ball because Kobe chose not to pass the ball. We've seen Kobe. Pull up the highlights. Him and Mike figured shit. My worst shot is better than it. But then when they had to trust their teammates, what did they do? LeBron James, this year, first off, he don't even play in all his games. Anytime he had a big game, he had to take a day off. What they do that at? Basketball is soft. The fact that you will give up post in the lane to kick it out and shoot a 3, That's insanity. Even when Boston number 12 Williams was hitting those threes against the Bucks, so what? Don't come down and try. He gonna miss a few sooner or later. Keep giving the ball to the post and dominating. Slow the game down. And I honestly think that people need to stop playing man to man. Hold your players accountable. So if you playing man to man, low pass, if Williams your man, he's driving to the basket, it's on you to play defense. Now if he's sitting out there at the 3-point line, go out there and get him. People are not following their shots anyways. All they doing when they pull up, you turn to the basket and go running to the basket. Because ain't no guarantee that shit is going in. But the fact that you all allow your players and other players that's like defending them to shoot a three, stand there and look at them while y'all both just looking at the ball, and if it don't go in, he just standing there with his hand hanging in there. No, we doing laps, buddy. We ain't pulling up for threes on fast breaks. We not giving up deep post moves to kick the ball out to shoot the three. No, and like again, Stephen A., you are not a better commentator or analyst when it comes to basketball because you haven't played. I don't care what you covered. It's like somebody coming in out of basketball who you think aren't better analysts than people who just only done journalism and been analysts. You think that they can't, right, you can't get in my lane, so you can't get in an NBA player's lane at all. If you ain't played the sport on that level, I don't care what you did in high school or college, but if you, especially the elite players in the NBA, and they telling y'all that, oh no, LeBron, come on, man, y'all keep on trying to been building this dude up. That's why I didn't like LeBron as a basketball player, because from day one, he's the greatest thing ever, always come in the league, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't like him, because he came in the league, and Kobe was at his height, and y'all was trying to say this dude was better than Kobe. Like, again, he went to all those finals because the East was weak. And if he was so dominant, I don't care with the Miami team and this and that, you would have beat those teams in the West, and he did not. Those are facts. He can pad his stats all he want with all these games, and he's been playing basketball in the league since he was 18, so okay, there we go. But all this, he take care of his body, he's 37. Every time he ever get big game, he got to take a game off. And again, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, if they had play-in games, them dudes ain't missing the playoffs. I don't care what's going on. At all, I don't care what's happening. Them people ain't missing no playoffs. Again, ain't nobody playing no defense out here, regardless of what you saying. A team shouldn't be getting 100 points. They averaging 100 points in the NBA. Ain't nobody playing no defense. Because if they would, they wouldn't be averaging 100 points. One person take 23s in the game. So be it, buddy. Take them. We're going to contest them. Stop playing one-on-one defense. Giannis need to get that little sky hook in the middle. Ain't nobody stopping this dude. There's no reason in the world that the Bucks shouldn't be playing for the championship at this point. It really isn't. And I think they have a better chance of beating Golden State than Boston does. I honestly think Boston might win 1 or 2 games. Golden State for the Achilles people. Because Boston plays basketball like the Golden State Warriors started playing basketball, shooting those threes. And you finna try to go mano a mano with the team that started this shit, it's a wrap. It's over. Watch what I tell you.